For educational purposes only, this audiobook is brought to you by audiobooksmaker.com. The Book of Wisdom, Christ Oil. The brain is claustrum, the upper room where Jesus meets the 12 disciples/12 cranial nerves. The Holy Land, Garden of Eden. Land flowing with milk and honey. Milk equals pituitary gland. Honey equals pineal gland. Christos equals Greek for oil. Then became Christ. When the moon enters your sun sign, your birth zodiac sign, the oil is released down the spine to the sacrum bone, which is shaped like a cave. It stays there for 3 days, which symbolizes Jesus dead in a cave for 3 days. When the oil is activated/resurrected, it will travel back up to the brain. The cerebrum is cerebrum because Aries rules the head, which is the ram. Oil process. 1. The claustrum, clause equals Santa Claus, produces the psychophysical fluid, which then goes to the pineal and pituitary gland. 2. The pineal gland electrically charges the fluid, male/Joseph. 3. The pituitary gland magnetically charges the fluid, female/Mary, medical symbol. 4. Then the fluid will travel down the 2 nerves, the ida, which is connected to the pituitary, and then pingula, which is connected to the pineal gland. 5. The oil then rests for 2/3 days on the sacrum bone/solar plexus. 6. If the oil is saved and not destroyed, the oil will activate the Kundalini energy, which will turn the oil to a gas and rise back up the 33 vertebrae to the medulla oblongata. 7. This will then pass to the pineal gland and then to the cerebrum, which will rebirth, resurrect all brain cells, activate the pineal gland, and regenerate all the cells in the body. This process is symbolized as being born again. Heaven, the Garden of Eden, the cerebrospinal system is an extension of the brain. Jesus, the oil, is in Nazareth, the head, with Joseph and Mary, the pineal and pituitary gland. And King Herod wants to kill him. Jesus. The oil goes down the river Jordan, the spine, to Bethlehem next, to the Dead Sea, sacrum bone. Joseph and Mary, pineal and pituitary gland, are waiting for Jesus, the oil, to return. The process of the oil coming down from the head is symbolizing Jordan River. Jesus coming down from heaven into physical form. Jesus dying for 3 days, then being resurrected to be crucified at 33 is all a metaphorical story about the Christ oil process within the body, which activates the God consciousness. River Jordan equals spinal cord. Sacrum/solar plexus. The Dead Sea equals sacrum bone. /cave where Jesus, solar plexus, was dead for 3 days. How to raise the oil. Retain your semen and sexual fluids. Alkaline diet. No eating/drinking anything acidic. No alcohol. A consistent high vibration. Kundalini meditation. Balance all chakras. Santa Claus comes from the keeping your tongue on the top of word claustrum, which is in your mouth. The brain, and it produces the prescient, the oil. Santa with proper breathing. The prescient travels down the spine and then back up, symbolizing the process of Psalms 137:6. The oil. Christ oil. The Christ oil passes the 33 vertebrae of the spine and then passes the vagus nerve, which crosses over. This is why Jesus get crucified at 33, because it's the crucifixion of the Christ oil passing the 33 vertebrae and crossing the vagus nerve. 33 vertebrae Spirit. Spirit. Fire Jesus dying at 33 also. Air. Symbolizes turning matter into spirit when moving the oil past the 33 vertebraes. As he is. Water now spirit, not flesh. Matter earth. Jacob's ladder when you raise the oil to activate the pineal gland you are born again as. You now have regenerated all the cells in your body and you have now Christ consciousness. The ladder. The rock. Jacob symbolizes the oil in this parable. The rock he fell asleep on is the sacrum bone, where the oil falls to and stays for 3 days. He then saw a ladder that reached to heaven, which is the spinal cord, and heaven is the head. The Freemasons use Jacob's ladder and it symbolizes the spinal cord. Jacob's called the place where he's seen God pineal, which is the pineal gland. The 33 vertebrae of the spinal cord are the 33 levels of Freemasonry. The pineal gland. The pineal gland. The pineal gland is a cone-shaped body, 6 millimeters high and 4 millimeters in diameter. It's the organ through which the electrical forces of the body play. It's what the universal essence/soul/consciousness deposited. It is the light of the body that gives life to the whole temple. The pineal is the male spiritual organ. This gland is the mind's eye. This is what sees the mental screen in our mind when we imagine something. The pineal gland opens when the 2 eyes are shut for periods of time. The more spiritual work you do, the more active the pineal gland becomes. The pineal gland is covered in microcrystals. Crystals have the ability to receive and emit frequencies. Crystals on pineal gland. The pineal gland has piezo-luminescent cells which are crystalline jagged shaped. The retina of the 2 eyes also has these cells. The pineal has them because it takes in light and refracts, and emits light. The pineal gland is emitting light. This is why we say enlightenment. The Vatican suppressed the information on Eye of Ra, Eye of Horus, the pineal gland's mystical powers. The Vatican, Catholic Church, took over Europe and destroyed and stole all the knowledge and libraries containing all the ancient texts and information of our true powers. They then created an encoded Holy Bible to keep people looking outside of themselves for God. The Vatican. Pine cone. Sumerian god holding pine cone, symbolizing pineal gland. The ancient Egyptians knew about the pineal gland. Christianity. Notice. Disciples are standing in groups of 3, 4. Disciple 4, Leo, the 3-month/zodiac signs in each season, pointing at female's neck to show there is no Adam's apple. 4 groups of 3 for the 4 seasons. Hess doing this so we identify it's a Jesus, sighting alone symbolizing the sun. Disciple 1, Aries female being solo. Sign for Aries equals the ram, Virgo equals virgin equals female. The only women in the painting. All of the disciples are in the exact order. Rules equals the head. Hess standing with his hands on the table of the zodiac starting from Aries to Pisces. The head of the table symbolizing Aries. Rulership over the upper half head region. The brain has a cerebrum. Rum is ram, cerebral Leonardo da Vinci. Ram, the Last Supper. Jesus equals the sun. Disciple 3, Gemini, the light of the world. Sign for Gemini equals 2 twins, our risen Savior. Rules equals 2 hands, arms, lungs, the S0NSUN of God. Disciple 7, Libra. Hess holding up both hands symbolizing Jesus, with open wide arms, sign for Libre equals scales, the rulership of the hands. Symbolizing the sun's rays of Libre is the scales because the sun is on. The two hands aslow symbolize the twin's light to the earth, the equinox which means the days are in. Of Gemini perfect balance, 12 hours daylight, 12 hours night. It's the balancing of the Disciple 6, Virgo. Sun. Virgo is symbolized by being the only women. Hess holding both arms equally straight. On the painting. Symbolizing the scales of Libre being. Virgo equals virgin equals female. Balanced. Sixth person along the table in Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac. 4 Gospels. Minus 4 Gospels equals 4 seasons of the year. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Notice how on all the old images, paintings, of the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all contain suns behind their heads symbolizing the 4 states/seasons of the sun. The ancients saw the sun very different than we do in today's day and age. We have been programmed to believe it's 93 million miles away, gives you a skin cancer and blinds the eyes. This makes us believe subconsciously that the sun is not made for us when in reality it's for us and the earth so we can thrive, grow, and survive here. The ancients understood the sun was here for us, made by God, therefore they would praise the sun, because it brings us light, warmth, the growth of crops, makes you feel energized and happy. Leonardo da Vinci was portraying in the Last Supper painting that he had a great understanding of astrology. Christianity. Summer to winter transition. The sun moves south away from the northern people appearing smaller in the sky. This brings colder and shorter days for the northern people. Crops and nature die. The ancients saw winter as the death of the sun. The sun stops moving south on the 22nd December and stays the same degree for 3 days on the southern crux constellation, cross, so the sun metaphorically dies on a cross for 3 days. On the 25th December the sun now moves 1 degree northward. The sun, Jesus, is now starting to move northward, bringing back warmth to the northern people. The ancients saw this as the birth of the sun. So Jesus, the Son of God, was born on the 25th December bringing salvation. This is the original meaning of Christmas because the ancients would celebrate the return of the sun. The sun dies on a cross equals Jesus. Sun is born on the 25th December equals Jesus. Sun stays in same degree for 3 days, dead for 3 days, equals Jesus. Christianity's day of worship equals Sunday. Sunday. Horus Egyptian sun, God Jesus Christ, Mithra Buddha, Krishna Hermes. -12. Disciples, -12. Disciples, -12. Disciples born 25th December. Born 25th December, born 25th December. Born 25th December. Born 25th December. Born 25th December. Born a virgin, born a virgin, born a virgin. Dead for 3 days, and dead for 3 days, and dead for 3 days, and dead miracles, dead miracles, dead miracles. Resurrected, 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 resurrected. Born a virgin born, a virgin born, a virgin star in the east. Dead miracles, dead miracles, dead miracles. Star in the east. Jesus. Christianity sun worship. Jesus symbolizes the sun. This is why Jesus always has a sun on the back of his head. However, depending on the context of the parable or the verse of the Bible, he can symbolize many other things. The true esoteric meaning behind the Bible has been lost. Over the thousands of years of translations and manipulations of the scriptures, the true esoteric meaning is more than likely concealed within the high degrees of Freemasonry. This sculpture of Mary holding a sun is in the Vatican. The word son and son mean the same thing in the Old English dictionary. The Son is the Son of God. U.S. humans didn't make the sun, God did. Therefore, the Son is the Son of God. The Son is the soul of the world. A soul is life force, consciousness which gives life to all things that it inhabits, and that's exactly what the sun does for the earth. It gives warmth, growth, and life to all things upon the earth, and this is why the ancients worshipped the sun and called it the risen Savior. The Passover is another holy day for Jews and for Christians. It's Easter, and they celebrate it by eating lamb. The Passover is celebrated in April when the sun has passed over the winter signs and finally hit Aries, which is the first sign of spring. They eat lambs to symbolize the sun being in Aries, the lamb. Spring. Equinox. Fall. Equinox. Christianity's sun worship. Christians' day of worship equals Sunday. The Vatican is a sundial. The Holy Communion. They eat little round bread. Biscuits which symbolize the sun. They will also hold these suns above their heads, which is exactly where the sun is, above our heads. J equals Judas equals Scorpio. In the Bible, Judas was the disciple who betrayed Jesus. To give context, the Roman soldiers wanted to arrest and kill Jesus, and Libre is the scales, equals Judas was ordered to pick out Jesus. Judas went to Jesus and kissed. The sun is balanced him on the cheek, which then identified the soldiers who Jesus was. Between summer, Jesus was then arrested, tied up, and crucified, and winter. Judas is the constellation Scorpio because the constellation then gets betrayed. Scorpio looks like AJ. When the sun, Jesus, hits Scorpio, Judas. When the sun hits now gets betrayed because it's now got to fall to Capricorn and Scorpio, as it's now the weather starts to get cold, dark, and nature dies, so the sun is becoming winter, betrayed by Scorpio, which is Judas. Dark, cold, death. When a scorpion bites you, it leaves a mark which looks similar to a kiss, which is exactly what Judas did to Jesus. The sun is small and weak in Capricorn, and Saturn to Satan now rules. Scorpios equals scorpion, and scorpion's backbite. Sun worship. Scarabs roll dung up hills and then let it fall to gain more matter. The ancients saw this as a process of the sun, as it rolls up to the Tropic of Cancer, to the middle of the sky, and then falls every day. So they used the scarab with wings to symbolize the sun rolling up and down the sky every day. The 4 Egyptian sun gods were not real people, just like Jesus. They are personifications of the 4 states of the sun: spring, summer, fall, radiate, powerful equals winter, most high sun, 12 noon, spring, summer. Horus equals hours. Horizon equals Horus is rising. Horus and Set equals Jesus and Satan. Sunset. September. Horus 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Set. Winter, autumn. 12 midnight. Osiris. Hearth. Move the H. To the beginning above earth is heaven. In order to go there, you have to go through the blue sky. Your head is also heaven, and you have to go through the blue chakra to go to Hevian. HEAD. Earth equals heart. Earth is an anagram for high frequency, low range. As within so without, as above so below. Plus high frequency, heart, low range, plus. Sky is blue. Blue comes after green. Earth equals heart equals center. Earth, nature is green, which is the heart of the color spectrum. Earth is the balance point. That's why it's dualistic. Good and bad. Low frequency. Low frequency. High range. High range. A Persian miniature depicting 7 heavens from the history of solar system is Mohammed, Bibliothèque Nationale. It's a soul system, not a solar system. Soul System de France, Paris. Earth is the heart of the soul system, as it's the middle of it all. The 7 planets come from the 7 colors of the electromagnetic color spectrum. Each planet give off certain frequency of light which influence the mind until we outgrow matter and turn to spirit, grow to the highest state of consciousness. Saturn equals Satan, the Lord of the Rings. Quran 65:12. Each planet has their own layer of the firmament, which explains the various speeds of the celestial bodies doing their cycle. Masonic cosmology, the royal ARCH of Freemasonry. Symbolizing the ARCH of the heavens. Polaris above US, stars moving around Polaris. Sol equals sun, Mon equals moon. 7 planet/energies. Boat on water symbolizing the etheric waters outside of the firmament. 5-pointed star for the 5 elements. L equals Saturn equals physical matter. Ment equals mind equals universal is mental. Spirit, ether, fire, air, water, and earth. 5 senses: hear, taste, smell, and touch. Black and white symbolizing duality, also symbolizes spirit and matter. White light and black light, which are the 2 types of light which create physical matter. Hearth. All things are made from electromagnetic toroidal fields, including every cell, organ, and the earth itself. The electromagnetic field is an atom. The pure white light, magnetism/counterspace, splits into 2, creating red shift, then blue shift. This then creates a plane of inertia, which is the 0 point within the field. Plane of inertia equals planet Earth. 12 zodiac constellations. As above, so below. North Pole/counterspace. Possibly a portal to another as within, so without. World. All things are created by this electro. South Pole ice ring magnetic field. The center of the field is the most magnetic point. This is why all compasses point to the North Pole. Plane of inertia equals planet Earth. Hitler using 2 flat Earth maps. United Nations logo flat Earth map. Bible equals Genesis 1-6-8. Bible Job 37:18. Quran 65:12. The 7 heavens are the 7 layers of the firmament. Mayan. Hebrew. Egyptian. Flat hearth. Cosmology. The sun, moon, stars, and planets are being stirred by the rotating, reciprocating hyperboloid at the center of Earth's magnetic field, the North Pole. This is what's making this motion of the daily cycle. There are also 7 layers to the firmament, and each one of the planets are on their own layer. This explains why they all have different speeds of motion. And Aslo explains why the ancients called the planets the 7 wanderers, as they are not fixed like the stars. Old painting of the 7 layers of heaven. The start is the stars as they are, the start of the soul system. Star equals start. Set Horus. Here you see Horus and Set placing their feet inside of a dome. The pole they have rope attached to is the magnetic North Pole, which Earth equals heart. They are both pulling, which symbolizes the because it's the spinning of the North Pole. Horus symbolizes heart of the sun, and Set symbolizes the moon, and they soul system are being spun by the center pole. The sun creates the 4 seasons by spinning inward to the Tropic of Cancer, which is summer for the northern lands. After this, he will then start to spin outwards towards the Tropic of Capricorn, which will then be further away from the northern lands, creating the season of winter. Reasons why they hide flat Earth. More land equals more resources. Globe Earth makes us subconsciously think we came from nothing. Hiding the power of the stars. They can make us fear asteroids. Alien fear-mongering. Hiding the North Pole. Hiding the true God. Hiding free energy. Sun equals electric. Moon equals magnetic. Till sun is the male aspect, as it is positively charged. The sun charges us and gives us energy. This is why it makes us feel like we need to do something when the sun is shining. The moon is the female aspect, as it is magnetic. In nature, the moon is attracting energy, and it drains you, making you want to go sleep and reset. Firmament symbology. The Royal Arch of Freemasonry, George Washington. Crown Court, UK. Ancient churches and buildings always have these domes in them. Disneyland under a dome. Ancient paintings. Light. Low vibrating light turn into matter. Light. High vibrational matter turns into light. Light is conscious energy which carries information. Human. Human. We are as humans the attributes of the 7 colors. The colors are different vibrational frequency states of white light. We are light beings manifested into physical form. Matter. Sigil of Lucifer. We do not see into the external world. Light is being sucked into the retinas of your eyes, which are black holes. Then the image is produced at element, the back of the brain. Element. This is why the ancient Egyptians said the universe is mental. Everything exists within the ment equals mind. Mind. Reality is an electromagnetic holographic projection existing within the mind of God. Lucifer, the light bearer. Lucifer equals Lucy. Lucy in Latin means light. How much of the light spectrum do humans see? The North Pole. The aurora borealis is emitted from the magnetic North Pole. The North Pole is the womb of all creation, which gives birth to the 4 physical elements and all that we see. The aurora borealis ejects out and spreads across the whole earth. It's the source of our spirit, spiritual umbilical cord. The North Pole spins the stars, moon, sun, oceans, and ether around it, creating it to do circles. 40.000-year-old Emerald tablets of Thothmoses/Hermes. Thoth talk about the aurora borealis. The Matrix movie used the green codes to symbolize the aurora borealis as its the code/source which binds all in its form as it's being emitted out of the womb of all creation. The northern lights could more than likely be the etheric double behind Every physical form as the matrix clearly show on the picture to the left. 1500 to 1600 map of North Pole Wizard of Oz map. Emerald City symbolizing the emerald green aura. Borealis coming from the center. On this map it says Pygmy. Pygmy people were believed to be Munchkin. Land on the Wizard of Oz is the place. Unusually short people. WHO kept of unusually short people just like the ancient. Secret teachings about the universe in North Pole map. This is clearly truth in plain sight. Mythology. More rivers leaving Center Island. More rivers leaving a center island. X marks the spot above the North Pole as Polaris. The Big Dipper constellations yearly. Cycle creates the swastika. As above so below equals the swastika could symbolize the four rivers around the magnetic North Pole Island. The North Pole. As above so below. Moon. Plane of inertia. Equals planet Earth. Ancient cosmology. The ancients said we live in Midgard, which is a balanced realm containing both good and evil. This could be why Earth is an anagram for heart, as it would be the heart of the system. For thousands of years people believed in heaven and hell, which could be the realms above and below us. Alchemical symbol for Earth. Lucky. The Holy Grail. Notice, the Holy Grail is in the center of a hole around a circle. Ring table. At the North Pole there will be a black vortex hole. The white table could symbolize the snow in the North Pole and the Holy Grail being the portal womb of creation at the center of the Earth. The Holy Grail could be symbolizing the hyperboloid at the center of the North Pole. At the center of every torus field is counter space, ether, which is another realm, dimension. This could quite possibly be the doorway in and out of this realm, which the ancients called Holy Grail. The globe scam. All of the astronomers who implemented the sun being the center of the universe were all Freemasons as depicted in all of their portraits with the Masonic compass. Notice how they all depict the compass and the globe together in their portraits. Johannes Kepler, 1571 to 1630, brought the Copernican system to its modern form by replacing Copernicus' circular heliocentric orbits by ellipses with the sun at one focus. Astronomy, astrology. Globe and compass. Galileo di Vincenzo Bonucci de Galilei, 15th of February 1564 to 1642, was an Italian astronomer, physicist, University of Padua, Italy. Globe and compass. Nicolaus Copernicus, 1473 to 1543, astronomer who formulated a model of the universe that placed the sun rather than Earth at its center. Studied at Padua, Italy. Globe and compass. The reason why they use the Masonic compass and the globe model together is because it's truth in plain sight. The compass is the true model of the Earth, with Polaris, the North Star, at the top and the sun and moon opposite each other below. Polaris. The best place to hide the truth is in your face. What do they gain by lying? Trick you to not trust your senses, which makes you vulnerable to program. Hiding more land equals more resources, which means everyone would want to move out into fresh land. Makes you subconsciously think that you're not created for a purpose, you're just a coincidence. Hiding electromagnetism and the ether, which can be used to harness free energy. The globe scam. The CEO of NASA, Werner von Braun, has Psalms 19 one Bible verse on his grave. Why would the owner of NASA have a Bible verse talking about the firmament? Seems fishy. NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. NASA caught copy and pasting clouds into their CGI created Earths. Notice how all the photos of Earth are all different shades of blue every year. As of January 2022, there are 8,261 satellites in orbit around the Earth. Not one satellite in sight. Reality versus NASA's CGI. More copy and paste. Satan is Saturn. On the north pole of Saturn connect all the sides. Teresa cube, hexagon to us two triangles. Combined symbol is symbolizing we have been hexed into physical matter consisting of male and female energy, plus a physical and spiritual aspect of our nature, male physical. This symbol was used for thousands of female spiritual years before it was the Star of David. Judaism is a Saturnian religion which explain more about further on in the book. Head 666 equals number of the beast. Here, soul system, not solar system heaven. As your soul descends into the soul system, Saturn, Satan, is the first celestial body you encounter. Saturn will crystallize you into physical matter, carbon 666. This is why Saturn's esoteric meaning is the god of crystallization and time, because anything created in the physical world has to die in time, therefore he creates and destroys. Heal. Saturn equals Satan equals 666. Hell. Ancient Romans metaphorically depicted Saturn God eating his children. Because we are all Saturn's children, and he eats us away until the body dies. Saturn is the god of this world because it's the physical/material world. Third dimension, and Saturn crystallized all material things. Satan, Saturn, blinds the mind. Satan, Saturn, blinds the mind because in the process of your materialing, it will lose its memory of its true divinity and nature as you're descending into physical matter, the root chakra, planets, and metals. All of the planet symbols are made out of the sun, moon, and earth. Symbols. Moon equals mind, sun equals soul, earth equals physical body. Sun, moon, salt, earth, Saturn symbol, earth, matter. Solar equals soul, moon equals mind, earth equals body equals moon equals mind. So the symbol is symbolizing 1,234 678,910. The planets are lights giving certain energies to us and the earth. Matter over mind, which is. And Saturn is the only one that appears to be physical. This is the lowest state of, because Saturn is the god of material things. Consciousness, it should be. Mind over matter. Like the Saturn symbol is where we get the number 5. 5 is the middle number which transfers over to the other half of the number sequence. This relates to Saturn because Saturn is changing you over from spirit to matter, where you will be hexed in 5 senses and 5 elements. 5 is also the number of change in numerology. Matter. Saturn symbology. If you minus any number, that is opposite each other. 6, God by Drake. On the clock, it will equal 6. 12 to 16 equals 6. 6 is Saturn, the sixth god, the god of time. 1 to 7 equals 6. 11 to 5 equals 5, etc. The reason why the elites occult love Saturn is because they love this physical world and they love harvesting. Moon Monday, Saturnian energy. Mercury Wednesday. Venus Friday. Saturn is acidic energy, and that's why Saturn is on the Sun, Sunday. Food/drinks like Monster Energy and Walker's Crisps. Acidic food will keep you in the root chakra, which is the lowest state of consciousness. Mars, Tuesday. Jupiter, Thursday. Saturn, Saturday. Saturn Black Cube. Another symbol for Saturn is the black cube. Saturn exalts in the winter, which symbolizes death, dullness, coldness, and darkness. So the color black was associated with Saturn for its darkness. That's why we get the black cube of Saturn. Judaism is a Saturnian-based religion. Black cube on their forehead when praying. Black band wrapped around them to symbolize Saturn wrapping you in physical matter, covering their eyes into the blackness. The Star of David is actually the star of Saturn. Their day of worship is Saturn Day, Saturday. The satanic sigil of the Baphomet is the inverted element pentagram. It's putting the most important element, spirit, at the bottom. Spirit is the most important because it gives birth to the other four elements. Satanic people don't care about spirit, they are materialist, inverts. Satanists invert everything. Saturn codes/symbology. 911 in Roman numerals. Saturn's code equals ICSI equals 911. Equals. ICSI. ICSI equals 911. Equals. The elites do satanic rituals like 911 in numerical codes related to Saturn. Saturn is cold and dull energy, and this is why they worship and harvest this low vibrational Saturnian energy. Corona equals crown. Saturn's ring is symbolized by crowns, coronas. Equals coronavirus. Chakras. Gold. Moon, Monday. Spirit. Fire. Mercury, Wednesday. Venus, Friday. Sun, Sunday. Air. Water. Mars, Tuesday. Jupiter, Thursday. Saturn, Saturday. Earth matter. Lead. Chakra means wheel. Your chakras are spinning energy, centers being powered by your electromagnetic field. Each chakra is controlling the cells and organs in that area of the body, giving it energy to function. Blocked chakras. Overusing or incorrect usage of the energy centers will result in unbalanced chakras, which is blocking the flow of the electromagnetic field, resulting in a lower frequency as you are pulling too much energy out of your field. For example, if you're oversexual, you're abusing your sacral chakra, which is weakening your field. The lower three chakras are the lowest state of consciousness, where you identify as the physical body. Once you pass the heart chakra, you are now starting to turn to spirit and reach higher states of consciousness. Saying the 7 vowels or BGs correctly will help align the chakras. Within meditation, 144,000 go to heaven. 144,000. Add first 5 petals. Root equals 4. EOMM sacral equals 6. Solar equals 10. Heart equals 12. Throat equals 16. I ham. 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 equals 48. O yam third eye equals 2 petals. 48 by 2 equals 96. U ram 96 plus 48 equals 144. The crown equals 1,000 petals. Yvam. 1,000 by 144 equals 144,000. This is a frequency you need, lam, to achieve in order to go to. The crown chakra. Head equals heaven. Chakras. Notice how lust is the lowest vibrational. Emotion. This is why lust for sex is pushed upon us by the music industry, especially rap. Music. Anything that is free, you are the product. This is why porn is free, because it wastes your seed, keeping you in the lowest vibrational state of lust. How to know you're passing through chakras. Root equals you will no longer fear. Sacral equals no longer have lust/desire for sex. Solar equals no longer desire for food. Heart equals no longer hate anything/anyone. Throat equals no longer hold yourself back to express yourself. Third eye equals have the ability to read people's energy and intuition. Crown equals at one with everything, no negative trates, no ego, no hate, no desire for anything, no attachment to anything. Physical equals ego equals lower self. Completely destroy them, the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, as the Lord your God has commanded you. Spiritual equals higher self. God supposedly ordered for the Canaanites, Amorites, and Hittites to be destroyed, but as we know, that would be murder, which God does not condemn onto any man. Canaanites, Amorites, and Hittites symbolize man's lower nature, as they were cannibals and murderer. So the story is talking about destroying your own lower animal nature and turning to your higher/spirit self. As within, so without. Head spirit. Earth, the 12 zodiac. Here, air. Constellations rule. Heaven, particular body parts. Water. Fire. You are a star. Stir equals star. 5 senses A and E are interchangeable. 5 elements. 5 points of body, mister. 5 fingers, minister. Sister. 5 toes. Bottom of foot. Monster. Moan equals moon. Equals soul superstar. Master. Heel. Froster. Hell. Sinister. 12 systems in the body. 2 trees in the Garden of Eden. 12 zodiac signs. Genesis 2-9. The temple of Saul '0' moan equals you. The body equals Garden of Eden. The temple of the Saul equals sun equals soul. 1. The tree of life equals cardiovascular system, and the moon equals mind. The temple of the soul and mind. Earth equals body, moon equals mind, sun equals soul. Soul. Body, mind, soul. The cardiovascular system is the tree of life because it contains the magnetic heart. Gen 2-9. The tree of life was in the midst of the garden. The garden is your body, and the midst is the middle, which is the heart. The heart is the center of the body's electromagnetic field, and at the center of every torus field is magnetism. Magnetism pulses, life radiates. This is why you have heartbeat. It's the radiation of magnetism, which is the breath of the universe thought and gives off life to all of the body. 2. The tree of knowledge of good and evil equals the nervous system. The tree of knowledge of good and evil is the nervous system 4 rivers in the Garden of Eden. Because it's what detects our senses. The senses detect and decode the external world and decide whether we should stay or flee. Genesis 2:10. Dangerous or safe, hot or cold. It's the tree of good and evil, as it will detect if it's good or bad. The four rivers flowing in the Garden of Eden are the four holy fluids in the body, which are 1. Blood, 2. Saliva, 3. Christ oil, 4. Semen, vaginal fluid. Head is heaven. In the Bible, the head is referred to as the upper room where Jesus met the 12 disciples. The 12 disciples are the 12 cranial nerves in the brain. Corpus callosum. When Moses crosses the Red Sea, it's symbolizing moving from the left hemisphere of the brain to the Ark of the Covenant, the right. The Red Sea is the corpus callosum, right brain. Intuition. Feminine side, minus 90% of unity consciousness. Connected to cerebrum, left brain. The two angles covering the covenant are actually the two hemispheres. Minus 5 senses of the brain covering, prompting the sacred parts of the brain. The center of the brain is where the pituitary, pineal, and the sacred oil is held. Materialism and its being protected by the two angels, two hemispheres. Logical thinking. Sin in Latin is sinister, which means left. Right equals righteous. Spotify, radio, Apple Music, and all major platforms are all tuned to a 440Hz. 440Hz shuts off the right side of the brain and keeps you in your left side. This was done by the Rockefeller Foundation in the 1950s. This is to keep you thinking logically instead of critically. Frequency is the only thing that enters your temple without consent, affecting you no matter what. This is why music is one of their most powerful tools. Of RA. Instead, you want to listen to music frequencies in 432Hz/528Hz/963Hz or any of the solfeggio scale frequencies. The solfeggio scale. 3 plus 9 plus 6 equals 18 equals 9. Eye of Horus. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12 equals 3. 5 plus 2 plus 8 equals 15 equals 6. 7 plus 4 plus 1 equals 12 equals 3. If you add any of the solfeggio scale frequencies up, they all add to 3,6 or 6. Head is heaven. Head. Here. Heaven. Planes of existence. We are multi-dimensional beings consisting of 4 different bodies. To see planes are the different levels of consciousness, however they are interlocked and not separate. The higher the plane, the more dreamy/fluid it becomes, and the lower the plane, the more dense it becomes. The lower you go, the more dense it becomes. Consciousness travels through the 4 lower bodies. Fluid mental plane. This is why they say mind over matter, because the mind is the most high. And it's the root cause of all things before God. The plane of thoughts alone and not imagination. Astral plane. This is WHRE, the thought stars to take form and manifest into images or things. Imagination. It's Techi for each dimension. We can only see this plane with the mind's eye, third eye. This is the dream world. This is where you go when you astral travel. This is the place of spirits/ghosts. It's your emotional body. If you are angry, your astral body will glow red. Heaven is a higher astral realm. When you take DMT, you will be shot into the higher realms beyond our consciousness. Hell is a lower astral realm where lower vibrational thoughts and Entities dwell and create. The lower astral is where most people go when they sleep if they are not aware of these planes in the physical world. The more imaginative your dreams is, the higher you go in the astral realm. We have a life on the astral plane as well, and this is what we call a dream. Evading manifests instantly on the astral plane, fourth dimension. Etheric plane. Ether is either. Either is connecting two scenarios in language for example, I either support Manchester or Liverpool. The ether is connecting the physical world to the astral world. Ether is the energy double of the physical world, blueprint. The bridge between the physical and astral. All objects have an etheric double, energy field. Physical human body has an energy field which then attaches to the astral body. All objects have an energetic record and field of its own. Physical plane. It's the product of all the planes. It's the plane of effect. Material plane. Most dense plane. Dense. Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is being consciously aware in your dream. Astral realm. This then gives you the option to do anything you want in a dream. Technique. Journal every dream you have in as much detail as possible. Do reality checks 3 times a day. Count your fingers and ask yourself, am I dreaming? Before you go to sleep, experience your last dream that you had and try to fall asleep with this. Is your mind optional. Put on an alarm FOR 3 a.m. and when you wake up, do a reality check and fall back asleep with your last dream in mind. Never look into mirrors or fear anything in the astral realm. This will result in waking up. Leonardo da Vinci is symbolizing as above, so below. Look up because that the root cause. There is no point in looking down here because the physical plane is the effect. Whatever you see and experience is the effect of your mind. So look up at the cause. Change your mind, you knidge your reality. As within, so without. Etheric and astral plane either equals ether. The word either comes from ether, as either is connecting two scenarios in language. For example, I either support Manchester United or Liverpool. The ether is connecting the physical plane to the astral. Everything you see has an etheric double, which is an exact copy of that object but in an energy state. The physical body is an exact copy of the etheric counterpart astral. The etheric body determines the shape of our physical body throughout its lines of force. Etheric all through life, it rebuilds and restores the physical body. Physical problems show up first in the physical etheric body. Chakras are the etheric set of sense organs which attune us to the fourth dimension. They are the points for the flow of energy from the universe, 7 planets, to our etheric counterpart and then to us, supplying our physical body with energy. The molecules that compose the etheric, astral, and mental are further apart than those of the physical plane, making it invisible to the 2 eyes. Astral plane fourth dimension is the unseen of what we see. It is an aspect of our mind where we dream. It's where thought forms exist. Mental images can be seen only by our mind's eye. The ideas we mentally entertain can take form, each dimensional plane, and it will become reality here if we give them enough power based off the emotional power we give it. We also create a demon elemental spirits by entertaining negative thought forms for long periods of time. The emotional power we give this thought can manifest into the place of spirits or ghosts, entities with no physical body. Practices for awaking inner bodies. Focus your attention on the middle of your brain, pineal gland. Breath deep in through the nose and slowly out the mouth. Make a breathing rhythm. Do this without taking your attention off the middle of the brain until you start to feel tingling sensation all over the body. The tingling sensation is your energy body, etheric body. Being awakened now, imagine yourself moving a body part but without moving the physical body. Keep doing this exercise until you gain the ability to leave the whole body. Zodiac cell salts. Each zodiac has a cell salt which is associated with it. We are in the womb for 9 months, therefore we gain a chief cornerstone as a pyramid 9 cell salts. The chief cornerstone we rejected is not a cornerstone on the building the 3 zodiac signs we were not in the womb for. This means we are mineral deficient in 3 cell salts. Figuring out your mineral deficiency. In order to find the cell salts you are mineral deficient in, just count counterclockwise back 9 months, or how many the months you were in the womb for, and the zodiac signs that are left will be the zodiac cell salts you're lacking. For example, if you are born in Scorpio, you would count back 9 months which would leave Sagi, Capri, and Aquarius, which would be silica, calcium phosphate, and sodium chloride. Born here. Brazil nuts, kale, apples, chestnut mushrooms, cherries, red onions, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries, dandelion, figs, blueberries. Astrology signs. What the zodiac does. The zodiac gives each and every living being unique and different characteristics in their nature. Each one of us looks, acts, thinks, and sees the world different. This is because of the constant rotation of the constellations in the sky. Our individual destiny is created by the position of the planets at our moment of birth. 12 equals number of mind. These are the gods, planets, which shape our body, our soul, and characteristics. Every living thing has its own unique form given to it by the zodiac. No 2 people 7 equals number of matter are entirely alike. Each particular form is unique because it inhabits a unique time and place in the sky. The particular forms change every second and every hour as the gods of the zodiac rotate around the North Pole, creating new forms. Masculine, feminine, electric, magnetic. Element. Fire, air, water, earth, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. Sign and ruling planet. There is a lot more to each sign. These are just a few key words. Astrology signs. Libra is the balancing of the sun, going from summer to winter. This is why it's symbolized with the scales. June 21st. Matthew. March 21st, September 21st. John Mark. December 21st. Luke. The Taurus field. Ancient Egyptians said that toroidal field. The Taurus field is the only form that exists. Adam was the first God. Everything is made out of atoms, Taurus fields, to be created. Atom. We live in an electromagnetic illusion symbolizes the atom which is the Taurus field that the Holy Trinity creates everything in. 1. Dielectricity equals black light equals inertia and acceleration existence. None of these. 2. Magnetism equals white light equals force and motion. Egyptian gods existed. 3. Electricity equals electrical effect equals material. Physically, they were all. A torus is an atom equals atom equals atom. Metaphorical archetypes. It's a unit of light. Tor. Top-down view hyperboloid. Redshift. Right-turning torus atom. Centrifugal torture. Anatomy. Divergent tornado atom. Torrent atom. Torment Tom. Plane of inertia torpedo. Plane of inertia equals planet Earth. Torsion, torques. Blue shift, left turning. Torsion, centripetal tora. Convergence, torso. Bowl. Key points. Physical matter is a result of two opposing forces in the center of the field, counterspace/magnetism, radiates, and the motion equalized plane of effect of this radiation creates a vibrating red shift, female, and inertia, then blue shift, male, then after them two it creates green, which is the inertial plane, 0 point, in the center of the field. Everything is in motion. Motion equals magnetic. When these two forces merge at the center of the field, it gives birth to physical matter, the four elements on the plane of inertia. The energy cannot be destroyed. Center of the field is ether, which is THFH element. Ether gives, but only transmuted into birth to the four physical elements. Different states of motion. Magnetism creates electricity. Electricity is impure. Electricity vibrates and all. Magnetism is pure. Electricity is dual. Vibrations have to come. Magnetism radiates, no vibration. Electricity vibrates. Back to a rest point. This is magnetism is immortal. Electricity is mortal because why our body decays. Electricity vibrates and because it's made of atoms, all vibrations come to stand, which contain electricity. Still point the torus field is where we get, but our soul is magnetic and the infinity symbol from as it's a. It's an eternal radiating, infinite cycle of energy which, essence which lives forever. All things go through. Everything in this matrix is red and blue because it's what gives birth to Red Bull. This physical world they control. Bull equals blue. The torus field. Electron. Black light gives birth to white light, and white light gives birth to red ABD blue. One accelerating into the black hole. Magnetism equals force and motion. Dielectricity equals inertia and acceleration. And when they create an abrasion together, they create red shift, blue shift. Neutron. The center is counterspace/ether/consciousness/soul. It's everywhere but not at the same time. It's a black hole and a white hole. Black is the light going back into 2. It's then forced out as white light and white. Counterspace light can't go anywhere. White is the light coming out to create red in the physical world, so. And blue it starts vibrating and splits into red shift. Hyperbole white light equals magnetic, then red shift instantly proton. Black light equals dielectricity, creates blue shift. Heaven/sky. White light equals magnetic equals no. Hyperbole. Vibration and radiates. Vibrating hyperboloid. Hyperbole exaggerated statements, or claims not meant to be taken. Literally, he vowed revenge with oaths. Inhale radiating white light and hyperboles. Radiation creates a pulse, ripple bowl equals ball. Then that ripple generates your speaking ball. SH, a wave exaggeration. Exhale, the lotus of life. Radiation from the center. Hell water. Vibrational wave, radio wave. Electric magnetic wave. This pattern is the top-down, fire, view of a torus field. It's the electric wave has a peak and off-peak pattern that the flow of which is redshift blue shift. This is a vibrating wave which can yet last electromagnetic energy forever like a guitar string. This is creates, and this is the field. Why our bodies are mortal and decay. That's responsible for all of creation and life itself. Electric waves are vibrating waves which has frequency that's measured in hertz because it hurts our bodies and we decay. Vibration is red shift, blue shift. Electricity is the word of God. Electricity equals sound equals OM equals vibration. Birth equals cardinal equals creator equals Brahma. Growth equals fixed equals preserver equals Ishnu. Decay equals mutable equals destroyer equals Shiva. Dielectricity equals rest. Magnetism, motion. Atom. Anatomy. Etymology. Tom. The torus field in nature. The lotus of life. This pattern is the top-down view of a torus field. It's the pattern that the flow of electromagnetic energy creates, and this is the field that's responsible for all of creation and life itself. The crown chakra. The crown chakras has the lotus of life pattern, because this is where our own torus field will create. This pattern going into our head. The spiral is the motion of life. This is why the word spirit has the root word spear, which comes from spiral. All things in nature have a spiraling torus field. The hyperboloid at the center of every torus field inhales and exhales, which reflects through all things in nature. Our nose is the same thing with the same function, inhaling and exhaling, and this is the breath of life. All things do inhale, exhale, live and die, day and night. All of this comes from the reciprocating hyperboloid at the center of the atom. Torus field. Incarnation. The sine wave is a wave of light, and everything is made out of light. Born into sin, everything moves in waves. Light crystallized is physical matter. Sin of Eve equals sine wave low vibrational light turns into matter. Sin equals sine wave high vibrational matter turns to light. Moon Monday spirit. Mercury Wednesday. Incarnation into sin. Venus Friday. As the soul descends into the soul system and enters the rings of Saturn first. This is why Saturn is the sun Sunday. Root chakra. Saturn in Greek is Chronos, which means time, because everything in the material world. Mars Tuesday is mortal, meaning it's not eternal, so it's governed by Jupiter Thursday. Time. Then after Saturn, it goes to take on the other six. Saturn, Saturday. Energies which are necessary in order to function in this world. Matter. The soul now has inhabited the seven energies and is now being incarnated into physical matter in the heart. Earth of the soul system in the mother's womb. We descend into matter first by hitting the rings of. When we are born into a world of cycles. Stern. In the Bible, and he says Satan has blinded them, where everything is moving in cycles such as the minds, because we come from unconditioned, daily, yearly, monthly, zodiac, Christ oil, menstrual, consciousness, and descend into matter, the root, cycles, etc., chakra, accumulating the seven vices which we must. These cycles are waves which are sine waves. Unlock and turn into virtues in order to climb back. They have a peak and an off-peak shown in the chakra system to spirit, flat-like diagram below. So once we go past Saturn's rings, we are now in Satan's midday world, Saturn's kingdom. This is why in the Bible everything does. This wave says Satan is the god of this world. Equals sine wave. 7 metals, 7 planets. Midnight. The sin of Eve biting the tree of knowledge of good and evil is, symbolizing biting into physical matter, and incarnating, which is a world full of sin, sine wave. Sin of Eve equals sine wave. The 7 planets are light which give 7 days of the week, 7. Dollar bill equals sine wave colors, 7 diatonic musical notes, 7 chakras, etc. The 7 metals have the same alchemical symbol for the 7 planets because the path of the sun is a sine wave, matter is low vibrating light, and when the 7 planets meteoriles, they crystallize the 7 metals. The sun equals gold. Mars equals iron. Jupiter equals tin. Saturn equals lead. Venus equals copper. Moon equals silver. Mercury equals mercury. Zodiac equals sine wave, DNA equals sine wave, electric wave. Earth symbol. Magnetic wave. Everything is electromagnetic. The magnetic wave is straight because it has no vibration. The electric wave vibrates back and forth, so it's waved, meaning it has depth, which is a wave length and depth. The straight magnetic line and electric wave depth combined creates the cross, which is where we get the earth symbol from. Magnetism and electricity combines together to create physical matter, which is the earth, and that's what the symbol is showing. Dollar bill equals sine wave. Dollar. Freemasonry. What is Freemasonry? Freemasonry is a fraternity which includes a blend of esoteric teachings such as Gnostic, Hermetic, and Kabbalistic subjects, arts and rituals. Some say its roots go all the way back to the ancient Hermetic Egyptians, and some say the roots go back to the Knights Templars. In order to become a Freemason, you have to believe in a god, and you have to be initiated by someone you know. This is the Masonic oath you have to say during a ritual when joining a Masonic lodge, and every time you move up a degree. What happens if you break the Masonic oath? Freemasonry seems to have the right to kill someone if they break the oath they took. This is probably because all people in governments are all Freemasons. George VI, Queen's father, Queen. Freemasons believe the truth should be kept secret from the masses. Every time a Mason enters the ritual room, they make this sign, symbolizing their head being cut off if they break the Masonic oath. Not all Freemasons are bad people, however, the elite high-level Masons are using the stolen knowledge for corrupt reasons. For example, they are using occult arts and knowledge to manipulate, control, and abuse in order to stay in a position of power over the masses. The knowledge that Freemasonry contains is stolen from ancient civilizations when the Vatican Catholic Church took over Europe. Freemasonry. 33rd degree Mason Manly P. Hall says Freemasonry is an organization concealing an inner brotherhood. Once reaching the 33rd degree, you can then be elected into other secret societies like Skull and Bones, etc. 3 levels of Blue Lodge, 33 degrees in Scottish Rite. Masonry. Masonry. 33 degrees on Freemasonry. At temperatures above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, pure water ice melts and changes state from a solid to a liquid. Water, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, is the melting point. Water melts past 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so 33 degrees Fahrenheit is the degree of water being free and flowing. They use 33 degrees of masonry to symbolize the deepest truth being revealed to you, and you can be free, flowing. The highest levels of enlightenment are kept in the last couple degrees. There are 33 vertebrae on the back of your spine. The Christ oil moves past the 33 vertebrae, activates the pineal gland, and enlightens the brain. This is also why they use 33 degrees. Knights Templar. Knights Templar symbol. Lil Uzi Vert. Johnny Depp. 20 equals cube equals Saturn. This is where the term "you've been double crossed" comes from. The Knights Templar is one of the highest orders of Freemasonry. We see a lot of major celebrities using these knights. Templar symbols indicating they have achieved these high levels of masonry. Friday the 13th. The Templars were a wealthy organization. The Pluto protected the Catholics while they popular techno rave. Dead pilgrims, they claimed to be Catholic. Christians, however, on Friday the 13th, the Knights Templars were caught worshipping the Baphomet and doing satanic rituals. The king ordered them all to be executed, so a lot of the Templars fled the country and restarted the order in secret. Rumors say that Freemasonry started from the reorganization of the Knights Templars after the order of execution. This makes sense because 80% of Masonic symbols are Templar symbols. This is more than likely why we believe Friday the 13th is an unlucky day. The Masonic M, Masonic G, Matter, Mother, Mason, MTV's headquarters, is on top of a 33 Masonic temple. Human energy field. You are an electromagnetic being. Every cell in the body has its own with an electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic field in all of these cells together create the overall electromagnetic field. Thoughts equals electric. T. Your arms are the plane of inertia. You're a biological battery. This is why you get charged in a court. When you get charged, you go inside a cell, a battery cell. Emotions equals magnetic. Every thought and emotion has a vibration, which has a certain frequency. Every thought has an emotion attached to it. The strength of your field determines whether you are thinking and feeling high vibratory expressions or low vibratory expressions. High vibrational thoughts and emotions strengthen the field. All emotions are felt in the heart and all thoughts are produced in the brain. It's important you only maintain positive thoughts as it will produce positive emotions in the heart, and the heart is 5,000x more magnetic than the brain. The heart is the center of the field, and it has the ability to send out magnetic impulses into the quantum field. The heart is constantly forecasting your emotions, and the vibration you put out determines what you attract to yourself based off what vibration you are matching with. A weak field will result in how to have a strong field, catching diseases and attracting life from the heart, not the mind. People who are on that similar positive thinking frequency, positive feeling. Electric diet, fruit and veg, being around positive people. Balanced chakras, meditating under trees, grounding daily. Meditation. Chakras. By meditating under trees, the 7 chakras are powered. Absorb the electromagnetic by the field. If you abuse energy being emitted off the The chakras you are. Tree. Pulling too much energy out of the field which lowers your frequency. It's important to balance out the usage of these centers to create a fast and strong electromagnetic field. The mind and soul. Conscious mind. The conscious mind is the male aspect of the mind, and it's the 5% of your mind as it's only aware of your current surroundings, 5 senses. The conscious mind includes fantasies, feelings, memories, perceptions, self-awareness, sensations, thoughts. The brain is not the mind. The brain is the physical manifestation of the mind. The soul inhabits the mind, then the mind inhabits the spirit, then the conscious mind is the male aspect. The conscious mind. Spirit inhabits the etheric body, then inhabits the impresses, penetrates the subconscious mind with emotions. Physical body. The soul and mind are the two, and thoughts which then the subconscious mind manifests. Aspects of you that are celestial, not from earth. Into mental programs. These programs make you behave accordingly to the program. The spirit is a non-physical copy of your physical subconscious mind body which you use when you leave the body to astral travel and dream. The soul is consciousness. Everything has a soul, even grass and animals. This is the female aspect of the mind. It controls 95% of our pure magnetic life force which gives life to minds and lives. It knows all things that exist as it's part of everything and inhabits. For example, the body is fed. The universal mind. The subconscious mind has no language by the life force of the soul, but the body contains. And it takes everything you or anyone says literally as out of atoms which decayeth, for the body is mortal. Does not know the difference between the past or but the soul is immortal. Future or anyone else but yourself. For example, if I say to someone, I hate you, your subconscious mind will pick that up as you're saying it to yourself and will manifest that soul statement by making you feel the emotion linked to that statement. This is why the golden rule in the ancient times was to treat others as you would like to be treated, because by casuing someone else's harm, you are actually harming yourself. Includes mind. All memories you have ever seen. Stores your mental programs which govern 90% of your life is an anagram for file. Daily behavior, your eyes record what you experience, and that records everything. Recording goes into the it's always alert, awake subconscious mind, which can do millions of things at once. Connected to the universal spirit, more powerful than the conscious mind. Akashic records. Speaks to you in your dreams. Takes everything literal. Eye of Ra. This symbol has been used for body. Thousands of years going back. To the Egyptians' eye of Ra. This is the left eye, which is. The eye is the symbol connected to the right side of elites use this on. Of the divine spark, the brain, which is the powerful corporations that have within us the soul side of the brain, anything to do with high consciousness, amounts of information and data, or anything to do with watching or them. Inner eye, watching you. I equals 1. The I within us is the divine spark of thoughts, emotions. It also symbolizes God, being the all-seeing consciousness presence. The elites believe they are better than God. Triangle symbolizes, so they use this with their corporations because they, the three aspects of, want to be all-seeing and consciousness all-knowing over the actions masses. Symbology. Symbols are the language of the soul. Symbolism appeals to our inner faculty of understanding, to a part of us which cannot be expressed in language. Each symbol has a vibrational frequency, and this speaks to the subconscious mind. The woman is the literal stargate as she holds the portal within her. This portal, NKH, has the ability to incarnate souls into the physical world. The ancients worshipped the mother for this reason, and this is why the male would wear headdresses to symbolize long feminine hair in the statues. Notice how the woman is holding the man, not the man holding the women. This is because the woman is more sacred than the man, which is in reverse in today's world. Females are naturally very intuitional. This is because they are directly connected to the spiritual realm. In the Bible, Satan falls from heaven to the earth. He was an angel who fell from heaven and got his wings and arms cut off, which turned him into a serpent. So this symbolizes us being spirits and turning into matter, losing our wings, so now we are serpents and have to climb back up to heaven to grow back your wings. This symbol of the two serpents is the Kundalini energy, and the two serpents grow wings when they reach the top. This is why there was so much dragon symbolism in the ancient days, because it represented falling from heaven to earth and trying to grow wings again to ascend. Hermes. Medical symbol. Fibonacci sequence. This symbol can go for infinity. It's the only symbol that connects the micro to the macro. It's in everything that is created. Feminine. ANKH. Torus field. Unteris. Wormhole equals portal equals counterspace. Terrace equals Taurus. Egyptian male wearing headdress to symbolize the sacred feminine. Feminine is sacred because it's the portal into the physical matter. The woman is magnetic in nature and the male is electric in nature. The male is action, the female attraction. Masons wear the apron with the M on it. The M stands for mother, matter, maker, mason. The mother is matter as the womb gives birth to matter. Feminine, the reverse of words, is the real meaning. Nin equals 9 behind the word. 9 equals completion. Adam equals Mada equals Madam equals man comes from women. Moon. The moon does not reflect the sun's light. It emits its own source of light. Gazing at a full moon will help you gain psychic abilities. The moon is your mind, and a full moon is when it's most powerful. You can use full moons to your advantage, for example, by starting something new in your life or have a deep visualization, meditation of your future, etc. New moons symbolize new beginnings, fresh starts, new midsets, new goals, etc. Moon equals moan equals mind. Demon. Monster equals moonstar. Money. Month. Monks. Lunar. Lunardic is a crazy person. Luna equals moon equals mind. Moon. Full moon. Growth, dying. Waxing, winding. New moon. Money. The moon takes 14 days to wax to a full moon. The moon takes 14 days to wind to a new moon. The moon governs all liquids within us and on the face of the earth. The menstruation cycle for women is governed by the moon. It takes 14 days for the egg to become mature in the ovaries. If the egg is fertilized 270 days later, a child will be born. Demon. Mood. If not 14 days later, the egg will bleed. The moon takes 30 days to travel around the zodiac wheel. This is monitor. Why we use the term month? Because it's the moon equals moon. A month is a cycle of the moon going around all 12 zodiac signs. The moon has an effect on our psychology as wheel. This is why we lunatic use the term lunatic. It is a well-known fact for decades now that on a full moon the crime rate increases due to the psychological effects it has on our minds, enhancing the state of mind we already possess. Using the moon to your advantage. When the moon is in the phase of being new, you want to start new projects, plant seeds, or start a new chapter in your life as the moon will be growing along with you. Elements. None of the elements are pure. They are composed of each other by transmutation. All of the elements are born from The1st. Element, ether, spirit. The four physical elements are the four vibrational states of the ether. Earth, being the most slowest vibration, and fire, being the quickest. Each element shares one characteristic with the one next to it. Plato's aspect. Fire equals sharpness, thinness, movement. Earth equals dullness, thickness, rest. Air equals thinness, movement, dullness. Water equals dullness, thickness, movement. Female, male. Water, fire. Earth, air. Passive, active. At the top. Because it's the most important element. The satanic sigil of the Baphomet is the inverted element. Pentagram. It's putting the most important element, spirit, at the bottom. Spirit is the most important because it gives birth to the other four elements. Satanic people don't care about spirit, they are materialist. Inverts. Satanists invert everything. The human diet. Information. The human body is an electromagnetic. All diseases stem from mineral deficiency. Organism. Therefore it needs electric foods. Therefore if we lack minerals in our diet, we will, which contains light in them. Fruits and manifest health issues within the body. Vegetables are grown in the sun, which gives and life, energy, vitamins, etc. By consuming, we have been programmed to believe that we need 3 plants, fruits, and veg. The cells in the body are meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This being electrically charged. A plant-based diet couldn't be any further from the truth. When we is essential for a thriving body and a high consume too much food, the body stops producing. State of consciousness. Stem cells, as a result of all of the body's energy, is being wasted on the digestive system to digest food. By eating 1 nutritious meal per day, the body now has energy to work on killing toxins within the body instead of using all its energy digesting food. When we abstain from eating, the body goes into regeneration mode by creating stem cells to heal any issues within the body. How to eat correctly. 1. When eating, you want to make sure you chew your food until it's a liquid. The body cannot digest chunks of food. By chewing your food to a liquid, the digestive system uses less energy to process the food. 2. Eat at the same time every day. You need to create a cycle for your body to process foods efficiently in order to help the body work. TTS max potential. 3. Never eat when the sun has set. The sun helps your body in every way possible. and even when it comes to digesting food, try and eat in the sun's rays as much as possible. 4. Do not mix different foods, for example grains and fruits do not mix well in the stomach. Mixing foods makes it very hard for the digestive system. Alkaline foods acidity away to separate and process the enzymes in the foods. Figs, turmeric. Therefore, it may create constipation and digestive apples, lemons issues alongside of using up lots of your energy. Seeded oranges. Oranges seedless. 5. Leave 4 hours before your last meal and going key limes. Bananas. To sleep. When you lie down, your body cannot cherries. Small ginger maca. Digest foods very efficiently, so by not eating just cherry tomatoes moringa. Before bed you will not only just get a better chestnut mushrooms aloe vera quality sleep, but you're also helping your body. Use oyster mushrooms, pomegranate, its energy to recharge and regenerate. Oregano green beans. Thyme. Soybeans. Watercress. Garlic. Fasting seeded grapes. Blueberries leeks. What happened last time you cut yourself? Strawberries, pineapple. Papaya mint. The body healed it by itself. Your body knows how olives, potatoes. To heal itself, it just needs you to give it the baby, bureau bananas. Sweet potatoes. Pears. Time and energy to do so. White/brown rice. Plums. Bell peppers Hass avocados. In order to fast efficiently with maximum results, basil meat. You want to go on a one-fruit diet for 1 week before peaches plantain. You start to fast. Dates, anything seedless. When starting to fast, do 1 day every 2 weeks with no watermelon seeded table salt. Food, just liquid. Water or coconut water, juiced mango. Peanuts. Coconut. You can then start to fast for multiple karats. Soursop. Days, even weeks, once you start to become quinoa paprika. Consistent with it. Wild rice chestnuts. Fasting is the most powerful way to heal any Jamaican avocado corn. Problem with the body bell peppers asparagus. After 2 days of fasting, the body starts to produce cayenne pepper. Radish. Sea salt. Growth hormones. Mint. Seaweed. Fonio parsley. Sea moss apple cider vinegar. Bladderwrack sugar cane. Spelt bread, pasta broccoli. Chocho. Spinach. Keynotes. Star anise. Kamut grain. Kiwi. Fast 1 day a week. Prickly pears black seed oil. Consume 1 meal a day. Soursop iceberg lettuce. Only consume alkaline plants, rye grain tofu. Caribbean avocados. Fruits and vegetables. Walnuts. Eat 4 hours before you go to butternut squash. Sleep chickpeas. Eat when the sun is up pumpkin. Dragon fruit. Agave. Spring onions. Coriander. Okra. Currants. Save your seed. This page is talking about semen retention and the male aspect. When something is free, you are the product. Your seed is your life force. It's so powerful that it can create another human being. When it's kept within the body, it increases testosterone levels, makes your vision clearer, boosts confidence, and develops muscle growth. When men release their seed, it decreases testosterone and increases estrogen levels, which makes you more feminine over time. When women release their seed, their estrogen levels go down and testosterone levels go up, resulting over time to be more masculine. This results in the two genders being reversed, masculine being feminine and feminine being masculine. This is exactly what the satanic elite want, as they are inverts. Satanists invert anything that is natural, plowed, made. Releasing semen results in low energy levels, slower muscle growth, sped up aging, low self-confidence, low vibration, etc. We have been sexually programmed since we were children. In cartoons, films, and TV programs, they place subliminal sexual messages and images to sexually stimulate program you while you were young. Between the age of 1 to 7, your subconscious mind is wide open, and your mind is absorbing everything in your environment in order to gain an understanding of the world. After the age of 7, your mental programs you gained will become mental programs which you will have for the rest of your life. They sexually program you, which results in a society being over-sexual. Then that results is wasting your seed, sex addictions, low self-esteem, and poor mental health. All of this is to keep you in your lower chakras, vibrating as low as possible in order for the elite to stay in power over the masses. Sex is a human biggest weakness, as it releases large amounts of dopamine in the brain. If something is free, you're the product. Notice how they all have 2 O's, symbolizing eyes because they watch you. They gain your data, and that's the most valuable thing in the world. Sex, sexual energy exchange. Sex is a sacred ritual. Sex is an exchange of energy and DNA. DNA holds all the information about that person, including traumas, mental problems, and everything about that person. Everyone you've ever kissed or had sex with, you have exchanged DNA with. This will affect you in some way or another, as you are downloading all of that person's information into your DNA. Demonic entities which may feed off that person can also be transferred onto you. Demonic entities normally feed off sexually addicted people, as sexual energy is a very powerful force which they feed off. If you do not believe in spirits, then you should learn how to astral travel and see them for yourself. Playing out sex creates a very high vibration and can be used to raise the Kundalini energy from the base of your spine to your third eye. This is called white tantra sex. This sex is a non-ejaculatory sex where you raise the orgasm up your spine to the head region and have an internal orgasm, activating the pineal gland. This is a very powerful way for both male and female can do to raise their state of consciousness. Thanks for your audience. Get your favorite book transformed into an audiobook today. Log on to www.audiobooksmaker.com. Thank you.